I'm Sumedha from eMaster Technology. We are leading training providers in Internet of Things, software testing, embedded system, machine learning and many more. Due to the lockdown situation for COVID-19, we are forced to sit at home and it becomes our duty to be a responsible citizen or a person. So let's try to utilize this time very effectively. Let's try to learn something. Let's try to do some skill enhancement. That skill enhancement can be either a time management, it could be a technological skill enhancement, it could be a presentation skill, it could be a managerial skill. Today I have decided to help you out in improving the technological skills. Today's video will be helpful for 11th and 12th students and the beginners who want to be a good programmer. So let's try to understand the programming languages which are helpful for getting the things done from the computer. So let's try to understand what are the languages. If you all know, there are two types of languages. One is a natural language and another is a formal language. Natural language basically helps human to human communication, wherein formal language is a language like every subject has its own language, like mathematics has its own language. Even if we write down a simple arithmetic statement like a plus b equal to c, so it has some rules, mathematical rules. The same way, every formal language or every language, it could be either a natural or a formal, it has a rules. So we need to follow those rules. I am supposed to tell you today about a formal language for the computers. There are three types of languages for the computers. First is low-level language, second is mid-level language, and third is high-level language. The low-level language is used for writing down the system programs. Now let's try to understand what this system program is. Let me tell you, there are two types of programs. One is a system program and another is a application program. The system program is a program which helps the computer or which helps the application program to get executed by the computer, wherein application program is for the user purpose. So what are the system programs in the world? So system programs are nothing but, we know the bootloaders, we know the BIOS, we know device drivers, we know operating system, we know the compilers, we know the linkers, we know the loaders. All these are the system programs. These programs, they help you out in some or the other way. Not to us, basically to the application program to get executed by the computer. So this low-level language and a mid-level language, low-level language and a mid-level language are used to develop the system programs. I hope you have understood what is system program and what is low-level language and mid-level language. Now coming to the high-level language. High-level language is used to develop the complex applications, the applications which are meant for the users. Now what do you mean by the complex applications? Complex applications like database management could be one of the complex application. Obviously, it is at enterprise level. The Android app development, web app development, which are meant for the user purpose, they are considered as the complex applications. And so as to write down these complex applications, these high-level languages, they are used. Now let's try to understand. I have told you the usage of these languages, but what are those languages? As far as the low-level language is concerned, we know machine level language and assembly level language is a low-level language, wherein the famous middle level language is a C language, which is developed by Dennis Ritchie, and we all know the Windows operating system itself is written in C language. So many a times what happens is that the people know the high level languages like C++, Java, Python, they know everything. But then they don't know, the usage where this C language is used. But C language has its own purpose. It is used basically to write down the system programs. It is used to write down the programs meant for the embedded systems or for the special purpose computers. So we could understand that now the low level language and the mid level language is used for the system program development, and high level languages such as C++, Java, Python, VB.NET, these could be used for more complex applications. So if the application is more complex, you cannot handle the complexity with the lower level languages, hence we go for high level language. And as you move from low level language to high level language, you don't have to know the underlying hardware details. That is what you need to understand, and that is what the people nowadays, they think that Python is a very simple language. It doesn't require any kind of hardware knowledge. So that is all about the languages. I was talking about a formal language. I was talking about a software language meant for a computer to get the things done. So now let's see how to learn these languages. Learning any language is as simple as learning any natural language. Say English. What do you do while learning English? While learning English, we should be aware of alphabets first, then digits, and maybe some symbols like comma, semicolon, exclamatory mark, question mark, like that. And then we try to form a word out of it. Collecting these words forms a sentence, and collection of many sentences creates a meaningful information. The same thing we need to do while learning the formal language for the computer. So as to learn any computer language, what we need to be aware of is, first thing is alphabets, digits, symbols. Second thing what we need to know is how to create the words. Now word is nothing but a token. So words are analogous to token in formal language. Once you know the token of the particular language, you can move to learn the instructions. So sentences, they are replaced by instructions in formal language. Now these instructions, generally they are input-output instructions, decision-making instructions, loop instructions and jump instructions in all the languages. Only what differs is only syntax differs. I hope you are understanding the things. So what is first in learning the formal languages? First is you need to be aware of alphabets, numbers and symbols. Second thing, you need to be aware of the tokens. Third thing, you need to be aware of how to generate the instructions, and the collection of this instruction, it creates a program which is nothing but a task for the computer. So how do you create a task? How do you write down a task for a computer is, you write down a task for a computer by following certain rules, by following certain syntax. Syntax is the term used in programming language. Syntax is nothing but the rules of that programming language. Now let me tell you one thing. So as to write down some kind of a task for a computer, only writing down a program is not important. Two things are required. One need to be aware of how to solve a problem, and second thing is you need to be aware of the syntax. So problem solving and writing down or the program syntactically correct, these are the two things which are required so as to be a good software programmer. How the software programming language is evolved. There are two reasons why programming language gets evolved. First is there is some lacuna in the existing language, like C++. C++ is evolved just to enhance C language. Now what enhancements are done in C++ that we could learn while learning a C++. So that is the first reason why the language is evolved. What is that reason is, first is to overcome some problems in the existing language, the new language is evolved. And second reason why the language may get evolved is like Java. Java is evolved for development of the consumer appliances. So the user was demanding, more sophistication in the task, hence Java was evolved. So there are two reasons why the software language gets evolved. First is there is some lacuna in the existing language, and second is we want to do some, or the user want a more sophistication in the existing language. So these are the two reasons why the languages are evolved. So that's all for today. Let me summarize the things what we have seen today. First thing is we have seen what are the types of languages. Second thing, we have seen the various languages which are belonging to the particular type. Third, we have seen the applications of those languages. And fourth, we have seen why the languages are evolved. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe this channel and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the further notification. Thank you. Thank you very much.